looks like the knives are out for Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, and they should be. So let's talk about what happened here in the last few days, okay? So the government shut down actually on October 1st. So that's over 40 days from now, right? 40 days ago, making it the longest shutdown in U.S. history. What did we get for it? Nothing. Nothing at all. Schumer and the Democrats, they said, we're going to fight. We're going to fight to extend the enhanced ACA tax credits. That's right. We're going to fight for that. We're not going to reopen the government until that happens. And again, those subsidies help working families be able to afford their health insurance. It helped them. I mean, it's still unaffordable, but you know what I mean. And the Democrats had a legitimate point in refusing to pass a CR without these subsidies. They are absolutely crucial for the millions of Americans to depend on them to keep their health insurance costs somewhat affordable, okay? But anyway, instead of being able to hold on to his caucus, dude lost 8 Democrats. They joined with Republicans to pass a stopgap funding bill that had no extension of those subsidies, leaving Schumer standing there with his pants down. But here's the kicker. This is classic Democratic leadership bullshit. Schumer, he voted no, right, on the deal, but he had actually helped facilitate it behind the scenes. Now think about that, okay? He was working to make this cave happen, but publicly had to vote against it, of course, in order to save face with his base, okay, with the voters who want people to fight. So how do we know this? Well, Gina Shaheen, one of the 8 who surrendered, admitted this in an interview on Fox News.
Senator Chuck Schumer, your leader on the Senate, said, I cannot support a continuing resolution that fails to address health care. I am voting no. Did you do this outside leadership, and was there a big push for you not to join the others and break the 60 threshold?
No, we kept leadership informed throughout.
You kept leadership informed throughout the whole thing. Oh, yeah, Chuck Schumer knew what I was doing. Oh, so he knew. He knew. And so him voting against it, this is like watching someone negotiate their own surrender while pretending, guys, we're winning. No, you're not. So now, of course, Representative Ro Khanna, who's a progressive, called this out. He said Schumer needs to be replaced. He's got to go. Summer Lee joined in with that call. Many others, move on. Also just said, hey, let's move on from Chuck Schumer. Okay. Now, it's important to note, by the way, that this is not coming from the right wing. This is coming from Democrats who are sick and tired of watching their leadership get rolled by Republicans every single time. This is not new, everybody. This is the same pattern that we've seen for years. Democratic leadership, they sit there and talk a big game about, oh, yeah, no, we're fighting for the working people, all right. But when push comes to shove, they fold like a cheap suit every single freaking time. They end up negotiating from a position of weakness and wonder, why do we keep losing? Why are we losing people? Why do we keep losing elections? Why is there no confidence in the Democratic Party? I don't understand. Look, the New Republic put it pretty perfectly. This was a cave. Pure and simple. Democrats had legitimate demands. They had public support. They had media attention. And they had leverage. And they still managed to walk away with nothing. That's right. While Chuck was out here, playing that political game, right, behind the scenes, federal workers, they were going without pay. Families were losing access to critical government services. 40 million people were losing their SNAP benefits. And for what? Not a goddamn thing. Oh, a promise of a vote in December? Ooh, wow. Oh my God, that means nothing. No, let's talk about who's actually paying for this failure of leadership. And it's not Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer still got his Senate salary. He's still got his health care. He's still got his comfortable life in Washington, D.C. It is the federal workers that did not get paid. It is the families who depend on government services that got suspended. It's the people who are counting on the ACA subsidies to be able to keep their health insurance. And here's the thing that kind of really gets my goat, all right? While Chuck Schumer was busy doing absolutely nothing, you had actual progressives like Ro Khanna, Summerlee, Bernie Sanders. They were out there fighting for working people. They did not abandon the fight. They didn't vote for a half measure that abandons health care for millions of Americans. No, they stood their ground. They stood their ground. And that takes courage. It takes balls. It takes principle. It takes actually believing in the stuff that you're supposed to be fighting for. Okay? So, obviously, what's the answer here? Well, first, Democrats, voters, you got to stop electing, politicians who believe that compromise is an end in itself. We need people who are actually going to fight for the policies that they are supposed to support. Healthcare is not a bargaining chip. It's a human right. That's why we should be for Medicare for all, okay? Now, secondly, Democrats, you need to start holding everybody accountable, right? When they cave, y'all got to call it out. When they abandon working people to maintain their so-called bipartisan credentials, you got to call them out. And we need to primary them. Primaries, everyone. The only thing that these Republicans understand right now is strength. And currently, corporate Democrats have none of it. They have no strength. They have shown absolutely no strength whatsoever. These 8 Democrats that Schumer either could not control or had given permission for them to vote with the Republicans to end the shutdown had a chance. They had a chance to fight for health care for millions of Americans. They had the leverage. They had the public support. They had the legitimate cause. Instead, they caved when it mattered most. Look, the calls for Schumer's resignation are absolutely justified because at the end of the day, this isn't about one person, okay? It is about a pattern from Democratic leadership that consistently chooses political calculations over actual progress. We deserve a lot better, okay? The people who depend on those services deserve better. And it's about time we start demanding it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.